to the farm. So last episode we suffered our first big colossal defeat. Turns out that forestry multi-farms are actually pretty tricky to use. So I've had some ideas, I've done my research this time, and I've discovered that industrial foregoing is probably a better place to start. Mostly just because the carpentry multi-farm, or the forestry multi-farm, that needs a lot of fertilizer. We don't have a lot of fertilizer, but industrial foregoing can make an unlimited supply of fertilizer by turning sludge into fertilizer that then the forestry multi-farms can use. And sludge is generated just by the machines in industrial foregoing operating. So I've got my industrial foregoing book with me, and we're going to jump in and get started with that mod. Right, so industrial foregoing, what is that? Well, I've got the book for it. It's pretty simple. It's basically all about machines, which isn't too much like a farm, but it is, you can have industrial farms, so that's what we're going to do. To get started, you need to place a tree fluid extractor in front of a log to collect latex, and you turn latex into rubber, and rubber is just where it all begins. So one of the things about this is a tree fluid extractor, that's a bit of a misleading name, because if you put one of these blocks, and they're pretty easy to make, in front of a tree, it won't actually take all of the rubber off of a tree. It won't strip all the latex off. Instead, what it'll do, if you put it down here, it'll just take away the bottom log. And that kind of sucks because it means you can't keep planting trees to replenish this because it doesn't chop them down. Eventually, you're just going to run out of trees. So what we want is we're going to put 3 of these, it should be enough to get us started, in our base, in our little workshop. I think we might move these furnaces. We're going to put 3 of these in our base, all facing the same point. So they're all hovering around one block. And then on the last spot, the last of the 4 pieces facing that block, we're going to put something called a block placer. Now there's one from all kinds of mods, but again, when you have all the mods, you can pick and choose from which mod to get the right block for you. And the block placer from Cyclic looks very cheap to make. We'll need a dispenser, which is a bow, cobble, and redstone. And with a dispenser, we can make the block placer, which is just cobblestone, stone, iron, and redstone. And on top of that, we're going to need 3 tree fluid extractors, and they're pretty simple too. Just a bunch of stone, a furnace, iron gears, and redstones. 1, 2, 3. Wow, those furnaces we dug up came in super handy. So we're going to put the block placer at the back. Then we put the tree fluid extractors all facing the same spot. This is a bit bulky, but we should be okay. And now, in theory, if we put a log down in the middle, those things will suck it up. Now, because this is the first recipe in industrial foregoing, I don't think these things need power. We'll find out, though. So let's try. Block placer. Always on. Okay, that's handy. Oh, yeah, look at this. So it's getting like a crack where the fluid extractors are going to work. Oh, yeah, look at that. And then, slowly but surely, we're getting some latex from this log. Well, that's all well and good, but now we need a way to suck all these things out into a tank. We could just feed this latex directly into the next step. And what is the next step? Well, the book will tell us. So getting started, we've got the fluid, now we need the latex processing unit. When provided with power, water, and latex will produce tiny, dry rubber. It's going to consume 75 MB of latex and 1000 MB of water. These 3 might be overkill. We could even just need 1. So let's make the processing unit anyway. And it's pretty simple as well. We need an iron gear, 2 more furnaces, 1 steel casing. Put it all together. What do you have? A latex processing unit. Sweet. Let's see if we can work out how we can get the latex from the tree fluid extractors to an open blocks tank. So we've been using immersive engineering pipes. They look kind of cool, but you can't see the liquid go through them. So are there any other pipes? I've always been a fan of the mechanism pipes. Oh man, yeah, and we've got steel and buckets. This looks like it might be the one. And bam, we've got basic mechanical pipes. Their pump rate is 100 MB per tick, which is very good. It's a very good rate for us. However, to get this working correctly, we're going to need to configure these pipes. Now, the pipes don't need any special things to pull and push into blocks, but you do need a tool to set them between push and pull, and that is a configurator. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no! Can we make this? We could even use buckets, to be honest, just for the time being. But we will need some immersive engineering pumps because they're a great way of getting water into a tank. So we want 4 plates and 1 copper in the middle. And then we want 3 pipes along the bottom. And I think, was it 3 iron plates as well? Bam, we have a pump. We're going to put the pump right next to the window. We're going to dig a hole. I think we can put 1 block of water in here. And it should constantly refresh. There you go. And if we put the pump on top, like that, we can hook this up with wires when we're ready. We've got the Latex Processing unit, and we'll put that here. And this should feed... Wait, we'll dig it up first, because we need to tell the pump which way to output. Actually, do you know what? We could literally just put... Oh, if we think about it, if we get a bit smarter with this, we probably only need 2 tree fluid extractors. So I'm going to use the bucket to empty one of these. Put the Latex Processing unit here. Have a sleep. So what we're going to do is we're going to empty this tree fluid extractor first. Shouldn't be hard. And we can... Oh, that was quick. Literally just chuck it all in here. There you go. Now dig this up. Dig up the block placer as well, because we don't need you to be there. Oh, what's that? Oh, you're getting electrocuted. Put the block placer inside here. Fill it back up with logs. Okay, that's full of latex now. So we can just dig these up. And luckily enough for us, latex doesn't spill all over the floor. That could get messy. So I've put that there. This here. And then 1 more pump here. We can have it suck the latex into the processing unit. Turn you on. There you go. Right, so we want another immersive engineering pump. But we're getting super technical at the moment on the farm. All we're doing is worrying about the farm animals, the crops, the machinery. But trust me, once we get the machines in place, once we understand how we're going to make meats, vegetables, fruits, nuts, all of those things, once we get a big supply of them, then we can start making food en masse and shipping them off to the city. Now, what I want to do at the city is I want to build a nice big restaurant. I'm going to build a Chili Wowers. That's going to be my restaurant. But I also want Duncan and Lewis to have their own representation. So I want them to pick and choose a restaurant type. Maybe Lewis will want like a vegetarian restaurant. Makes sense. And maybe Duncan will want like a barbecue pitmaster kind of place where he can make some barbecue food. I don't know. Whatever Duncan's into, he can make. Maybe a noodle bar. There it is, the second pump. We're going to need a few more pipes as well. All right, now we're talking. So this fluid pump is going to go here. And... So the way you can do the hammer is, this is quite clever. You see here it says at the top, facing side, no connection. If you press shift, it talks about the opposite side. So if we stand here, the opposite side is facing the latex. If we right click, that's the input side now. And we can do the same thing over here, right click, and they're both inputs. So if we put a output bit here, connect it with a pipe. This shouldn't need to be connected with a pipe because it's already so close to it. We'll need levers to turn these bad boys on. I say bad boys. They could be good boys. I shouldn't judge these pipes like that. So, moment of truth. This is already full of latex. Oh, but it's not getting water. That's a shame. Oh, of course. Of course. What am I talking about? Silly me. These things aren't hooked up with power yet. Okay, let's connect these boys up. 2 wire connectors. LV wire coil. Or yeast. No, this is it. No, moment of truth. No. Got power. Maybe we do need that pipe after all. This thing also has no energy. But I think we can just hook it up too. Now it's got energy. It's got latex. It's got no water though. This could be the tricky one, eh? Just need a place to pour out this latex, this liquid latex. That'll do. Oh, that looks disgusting. Look at that. So let's make an infinite source of water now underneath this pump. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to do that. We should have done that from the start. There we go. We'll put the pump at a right angle as well, because otherwise it might not work. Oh, it's a bit messy down here now. We've done it! The water's going in. It's getting sucked up out of this this bit behind. The latex processing unit's getting power. We're getting little tiny rubber pellets. But what is our latex situation? How quickly is this stuff going down? Not very quick at all, actually. This should be pretty sustainable. Also, because we've got quote-unquote infinite power from our power source, we should be able to make this last a long time. I'm just going to get some stone stairs to make this look a little bit better. There we go. Now we can fill this in like that, but still have access to the block placer. And we're getting tiny dry rubber. So this stuff can be used, if you spread it out, to make dry rubber. Dry rubber is used for plastic when you smelt it. So if we're going industrial foregoing, is there a smeltery in this thing? Is there something we can create that's just going to be like an electric generator? Because we don't want to have to use fuel anymore to create a furnace. Resourceful furnace. What does the book say? Acts like a normal furnace, but can burn 3 items at a time? Maybe that's not the one. So we messed around with electrical furnaces before, but we never created one that we were happy with. A redstone furnace, of course. That's the easy one. Copper gear. A redstone reception coil. A machine frame. This is all very simple stuff. So that should be it. Bam. We'll park you... You know what? Probably here's a good place. Why not? This should work. I hope it works. Yeah, it's getting power. All right, and then here we go. Put the dry rubber in there. Oh, it's so quick. Look at this. Got plastic. Hey presto. Oh man, and as night falls, I think that's the perfect place to call it. So thank you for watching this episode of Feed the City. We were defeated last episode, but we've risen from the ashes, and check out this pretty impressive water latex plastic system we've got in place now. All we need is a way to automatically ship the dry rubber, turn it into big pellets, and smelt it up. But you know what? That actually sounds a bit more complicated, and I don't really think we need to do that. As long as we keep remembering to turn the latex into rubber and smelt it into plastic, we can just not have to automate this at all. But next episode, we're going to be going deeper into industrial foregoing, and we'll see if we can get to the machines that we need to actually create an industrial foregoing farm. Till next time, guys, take care.